inside of the Fearless Agent Facebook group. I'm going to be talking to you today on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube because I'm starting to leverage this shit a little bit more, stuff a little bit more. We're going to talk about how does the Fearless Agent pricing strategy not only create massive success in the shifting real estate market that we're seeing today, but how does it make you rich? How is it making realtors rich? I want you to think about this. How long have you been in the real estate business? I've been in it 13 years now. I got in fall of 2005, failed miserably for the first 2 years till I met Bob with Fearless Agent, and then I started selling lots of homes and became extremely successful financially, going to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars this year in the business. But there was a time in 2007 and 8 and 9 and 10, it was a terrible market. What was the market crashed? How many of you guys have ever dealt with a market crash before? I see Justin Robbins on here. He's probably one of the few people that was here over a decade ago when this happened. And so now I hear talk all over social media, and put a yes in the comments if you've heard this, talking about, is the market going to crash? Is the market shifting? Are we going to go to where we go back in 2008, 9, and 10? Now, I'm not here to predict that, but I am here to share very clear with you the market is shifting. And I remember, I want to tell a story because I had a realtor call me this morning about this. It was 2013, September. We had a government shutdown. I live here next to Hill Air Force Base and IRS, and so many people were all of a sudden out of a job because the government wasn't paying them and they weren't going to work. So you can imagine if over 80,000 people weren't attending work, the market would slow down a little bit, yes or yes. So yes, the market is shifting, but I would say from my opinion, it's nothing to be super worried about. In fact, it's something to be excited about. And the Fearless Agent pricing strategy is going to virtually guarantee that not only do you create a lot of success going forward through this market shift, but you make a lot of money doing it. So if you're down with that, drop a yes in the comments. So what is the idea of the Fearless Agent pricing strategy, and why will it work so awesome right now? Well, number one, we got to take a look at, there are lots of realtors in the market today. You understand me right now? And there are only X amount of homes being sold every single month inside of our local markets. So if there's more realtors selling fewer homes, where are those home sales going to? And when the market shifts and we do see a drop in home sales, or we see a drop in pricing, do you think people are going to make more or less in general that are part of those realtors? Well, the reality is most realtors are going to suffer and they're going to make less and less money. So do you want to be a part of those that make a lot more money or less money? Understand that concept here. Well, as the market shifts, how many of you guys have noticed that maybe it's taking a little bit longer to sell your homes? Maybe there's fewer showings happening right now. Maybe the buyers are even giving a little bit weaker offers. Who's noticed that so far? I know we have in our local market. So how do you stay ahead of that? Well, number one is you got to have great skill set to be able to present the pricing strategy, to be able to communicate to your sellers what's going on with this market shift. And you don't even need to use a ton of market data. What you need is a Fearless Agent presentation that focuses on pricing. Because at the end of the day, you can control price and you can control condition. And even you struggle with the condition because it's your seller that has to deal with that. But you can help the seller make great pricing strategy decisions. You cannot control the price, you cannot control the location, you cannot control the market, you cannot control any of that. Okay? So if we're going to focus on the pricing as our number one strategy, we've got to be really, really great at communicating. That's where our presentation has to focus. Now here's what I recommend. The listing price that you have on your sellers, on your listings, is not what the final sales price is going to be. I want to write that down. The list price that you have on your listing is not the final sales price. I can give you 100% proof because I've been in the market for 13 years. How many of you guys have listed a home and you've actually seen it sell for less than the list price? Have you ever seen that before? Put a yes in the comments if you've seen it. But how many of you have seen a home listed and it actually sells for more? Maybe you've seen multiple offers and you see it sell for $5, $10, $20, $30,000 above asking price. And maybe some of you guys in Canada, you're like, oh, I've seen it sell for $100,000 more, right? That is proof that the list price and the action price and the ask price is not the final sales price. So how do you communicate that to your seller? That's the whole purpose of the Fearless Agent pricing strategy. The outcome that you want to create with a seller is to understand that there's no risk in underpricing your house unless you're too eager to take the first offer. So as the market shifts down and other realtors who are not skilled and do not have the pricing strategy down to a T, guess what? They're going to continue to overprice their listings. Have you ever had a seller want to overprice their listing? Yes, guess what happens? They do not sell when you overprice. And as the market shifts and prices drop, think of Apple computers for a second, or I guess it's now Apple, not just Apple computers. They are the first trillion-dollar company. But do they just go straight to the top, or did they have some drops in between there? They've had their stock shares go down a little bit. It's the same thing in our real estate market. So even though our market has been trending up since 2011, we've seen some drops. This is what's called a winter season, a little drop inside of our market. So now if the market's coming down and sellers are pricing up here, well, we've got to be able to get our sellers pricing it down here. So how do we do that? The idea is to underprice the listing from the beginning, because you're going to blow away the competition right now. Because if sellers keep pricing up here and your sellers are clear down here, who's going to attract all of the flipping buyers? Now all the buyers are coming to this underpriced listing and they're forgetting the overpriced ones. Why? Because they do not want to consciously overpay for the house. But here's how you're going to get them to overpay, is they're all going to go to the lower priced listing. And for some reason, what buyers end up doing is when they get into a competition, they're willing to pay more for the home than it's worth. What would you rather have? Would you rather have one listing with 0 offers that everyone's saying no to you, or would you rather have a listing with 10 offers and allow your sellers to say no? I want a prime example. Leon Vayman, he's up in Canada. He's a fearless agent student. He's a great friend of mine. I love to hear success. He used this exact strategy, okay? 73 showings, 25 offers in 7 days with this exact strategy. I want you to write that down. 73 showings, 25 offers in 7 days. Would you rather have 73 showings and 25 offers in 7 days, or would you rather have no showings, no offers in 7 days? And my guess is, Leon, was your seller super stoked to have 25 different offers to choose from? Now, if you've got 25 offers on the table, what are the odds that you can pick a few great ones out of that and you can bid them against each other? What if now you take the top 5 offers or the top 3 offers and you bid them up? Now, I'm going to say, full disclosure, it's not common that you have 25 offers on a listing, but it is very common that you could get 5 or 10 offers on a listing using this strategy. So the idea is get them to price it well below market value to where it generates so much activity you can't help but get lots of offers and jack the prices up. People will bid over the asking amount. Leon, put a yes in the comments if this is true. Some of those 25 offers actually offered above asking price. Yes or yes in the comments. I'm going to wait for his answer in just a second. But this is what happens. People are willing to push the envelope because they know that the home is priced well and to sell and under market value. Okay? So we want to be able to create that drive, that growth, that wantedness, the competition. 75% of his offers were over ask price. He had 25 offers, 75% of them. So I'm guessing 18 of them were over asking price. They have bid above asking price. That is 100% proof right here in our market from a student that it does not mean it's the final sales price if that's what your asking price is. Now you drive it up, it makes real estate fun and yourself more, but the question is, how do you make that happen? We'll go to fearlessagent.com and learn the pricing strategy. I do not have the time to teach it right here. Call Bob at 480-385-8810 if you want to create those type of results. Thank you guys for being here, but understand the concept. Underprice your listings right now, even more so as the market shifts, because it's going to go down a little bit through the winter season. It always does, but it's going to do it a little bit more this year than most. Trust me. Why? Because it's a topic of conversation out there. There's a lot of fear going on, and most realtors have not experienced this market that we're about to go through. But if you prospect, if you master your skill set, if you price your homes using the pricing strategy, trust me, you will gain market share. You will sell more homes. You will make more money, and you will come out on the other side in the springtime and in the years coming forward even richer. So if you're down with that, say heck yes. Make sure to fearlessagent.com. We appreciate you. We will see you later.